A Fox News alert: the House debating right now on a controversial bill aimed at improving the vetting process for Syrian refugees, a bill the president has threatened to veto. That's happening now. Joining us, Utah Congresswoman Mia Love. Congresswoman, where do you stand on this specific bill?
Oh, I am going to be supporting the bill. I think it's important for us to do everything we can to first and foremost protect American lives. And so we've got to take a step back and make sure that we're doing just that.
You have an interesting perspective as a daughter of immigrants into this country. Of course, immigrants and refugees are different, but I'm curious if you have any concerns, because there have been concerns raised about the precedent we could be setting when it comes to refugees of a country that is in chaos and perhaps people in need. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, I think it's important for us to be compassionate. We are a compassionate country. I live in a state that is incredibly compassionate. However, again, you have to weigh that compassion and balance that with our responsibility to protect the American people. If this happened, the things that happened in Paris actually happened in the United States, we knew that this was a warning and we did nothing about it. That would be a burden that is too heavy for me to bear. So, you know, we've gotten this warning. We know exactly where that there could be plants. I'm not saying that there definitely is, but there could be, and I think it's important for us to do our due diligence and take responsibility for caring and making sure we keep Americans safe.
Of course, we're in the presidential cycle right now, as you I know are clearly aware of, and you are taking this moment to endorse a candidate. Who is it and why?
Well, I am going to be endorsing Senator Marco Rubio.
And why?
Well, when he came to Utah, I saw him inspire people. He had a round table with some of our business leaders, but he had a rally and he talked about his family and he talked about his love for this country. And I realized that my story is so similar to his. He has a positive agenda moving forward. And for the first time in a long time, I felt someone who really loves this country and doesn't take advantage of, take for granted the benefits that this country has, and also willing to put himself and take on the responsibilities of being a citizen in this country.
I'm curious of the timing in all of this, of course, coming after the terror attacks in Paris. Many supporters of Marco Rubio say foreign policy is something he's very strong on. Is that part of the reason why you're choosing now to come out and speak in support of him?
I think the biggest reason is because he didn't treat Utah like a flyover state. First and foremost, I'm a representative of Utah, proud representative of Utah, and I saw him inspire people. But this just solidifies this for me. He's been talking about these threats from the very beginning. He talked about the threat with ISIS. He's very strong when it comes to foreign policy, national defense. And this is a time where we need a president in our country that is going to make sure that we are strong. Ronald Reagan used to always talk about peace through strength. And right now we are seeing our enemies are getting stronger while our allies worldwide are getting weaker. And so we have to do everything we can to make sure that we strengthen our national defense and do everything we can to make sure that this country and the people that are living in this country are safe. And Marco is the right person to do that.
Well, Senator Rubio certainly has his supporters. He has you now in the endorsement. He also has his critics. So we look forward to talking to him on our program, which we expect to do next week. Congresswoman, great to have you on. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back
Jenna.
with more.